So it's something like they're the best worst friends. Best worst friends. Best worst friends. With Doug and Tim.
Guys, welcome back. Tim's mad at me. Episode 142. I'm Doug Koning. That's
yeah,
because
you're on drugs. You're on
Yeah,
too
'cause
many
I'm on
drugs, and you can't start a pod properly.
Yeah, I didn't hit record on the video.
Came out with so much energy.
In my defense, there's a lot of different buttons to press.
Now we're going to have to talk about... Just ask me the question again. You started with... Just ask me the question again. We'll fucking fake it. Fuck it.
Tim has to hide his... He plays a little game of hide and seek with himself every time he parks his car. And he said it's...
Hide and seek.
He said it's sometimes taken him 15 minutes to find his car. So the question I have for you, Timothy...
It's on one of 4 streets. And sometimes I just don't remember which one if it's been a while.
But at what point in the search for your car do you start thinking it might have been stolen? And at what minute of the search do you report it stolen?
I think it's stolen immediately when I leave the house. Every single time I leave the house. I'm like, my car has been stolen. When I get to the end of the first street that I look down, which is where I usually park it, I'm like, my car's gone. I don't think stolen. I always think towed. I always think the government has stolen my car legally with a big truck.
And it's at one of those fucking tow yards that I used to work at and get screamed at.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you?
$400.
Well, go back. And then after like 15 minutes, I've done it where I've searched all 4 streets where it could be. And then I'm like, fuck, my car's gone. But I go home. And then I wait a few hours, and then I go out and I try again. Because I just can't.
Like a one-man search party for your own car. You have flyers out.
I go out at night with a flashlight and a dog, and I give the dog the scent of my car, like a little pine air freshener. And then we go out together. Because I can't call the cops, say my car's been stolen, and then call them back and be like, never mind, I'm dumb.
They're like, all right, we're on our way to arrest you.
Yeah, I have to wait around and tell them I'm dumb in person.
Yeah.
Which, I don't want to fucking do that. That sounds awful. Did I ever tell you about when one of the first times I stayed over at Micah's place before we lived together, obviously, I parked out in front of her house.
Okay.
And then in the morning when I went out to go to work, there was one of those parking cops behind my car, and my car was being lifted onto a tow truck. And I just ran up, and I was like, what do I have to do to make this stop happening? Just tell me what has to be done for this to stop. And the cop's like, okay, so the ticket is on your windshield. That's your parking ticket. And then you have to talk to the tow truck driver. And I went and talked to him. I was like, hey, what do I have to do to get my car? And I had to pay $180 uncoupling fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, the detachment fee. And then the ticket was I think the total for the whole experience was about $450.
Yeah.
It was absolutely insane.
Dude. It's an insane racket that I don't know how the government gets away with. And the people who run those tow yards are legitimately criminals. And once a car's been in their lot for like 3 months, they own it. So a lot of cars will get impounded for crimes or whatever, or someone's in jail and their car is impounded, and then it just gets sold, and they come out.
Do you remember?
And they have nothing.
Do you remember there were all those tow trucks getting shot up on the 401?
Yeah, there's
it was like gang warfare.
Yeah,
it was fucking nuts. I don't think they were hitting the call centers as much.
No, dude, this was a different job when I worked at that impound lot. Remember where people would like, scream at me and yell "bumbaclot" all day and shit like that? And
people of multiple different races and ethnicities calling you a bumbaclot throughout the day.
It's really crazy to have like, because it was in Toronto, you have like such a mixture of people who hate you. It's like everyone's united together. We don't see color anymore. We just see how much we hate me.
Yeah.
You don't see color, you just see red. You see me.
Nice.
In my red sweater and want to kill me.
It is with your red sweater and your red face and your red hat. Just coming at you like a bull.
Really selling a particular look.
I'm very happy that I don't have a job where people yell at me anymore. Those jobs
kills you.
It's brutal.
You. Well, it's
awful.
awful.
Just like this pain sponge for the corporation.
Yeah, it's also awful for me because it's like, dude, if you screamed at me and we were at a comedy show, I would just make you cry. I would just go until you were crying, and I would try and break you as a person verbally. Yeah. But I can't do this because I'm at work right now. You fucking pussy. And you know that. That's the thing. They know your fucking hands are shackled. You know?
Yeah.
They know that the fucking boss is like holding your hands behind your back, proverbially. Proverbially? I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Proverbially and verbally. Proverbially. You're in there. Yeah. Long and short of it is fuck you.
Yeah.
I got my meal plan back from the dietitian that I met with. I was going through pictures of my phone to try to find one of my parents' dog in a church pew, because every year they get them blessed by the church. They have like a Bless the Pets Day, and they all take communion. It's so fucking cute. Well, I honestly think that movie, like there was that thing when you were a kid that like dogs can't go to heaven or something, and I think the church has been fighting on that pretty hard. It was that they had to change, and that thing about how babies can't get into heaven. Like if a baby dies before it's baptized, it was for all of human history. They were like, no, unbaptized babies go to hell, which an insane place to start.
Yeah.
How do you, when you're coming up with the rule, you're like, yeah, babies go to hell, of course.
But honestly, what about this for like the plot of something? It's like the babies that get sent to hell because they weren't baptized, but it's just like them growing up in hell, but they're all just like regular people because they weren't like evil. They're just like regular, but they live in hell, so they have to deal with like demons and shit. Call it the Bad Place. Call up Michael Schur, see if we can get something going.
The demons kind of like them because they've watched them grow up.
Yeah, they're like attached.
And so they just walk down, they're like, hey, Mark. Like, hey, Beelzebub, as he's like putting fiery pokers in a guy's ass.
Yeah. And like you just kind of work in hell because they need people to work in hell, you know.
But they
people in hell are tortured.
Yeah, someone has to like scrape up the eyeballs and feed the bees.
Yeah.
You know, you need someone to do the odd jobs. But anyway, so babies went to hell until I think it was like the 70s. And then they were like, okay, well, stop. The babies, God has spoken to me, and he told me babies don't go to hell anymore. Now they go to purgatory. And they're like, what's purgatory? It's just kind of a room. Nothing really happens. And then they just sit there forever. Huh. And then people were like...
Kind of sounds like hell.
Yeah, it's, I guess, better,
like a waiting room.
It's like a cubicle job. And then, it wasn't until like the 90s that they decided to, they just all go to heaven. Fuck it. God changed his mind again. He was like, yeah, send them all to heaven. It's fine. But anyway, so I was looking for a photo of that, and then I came across a photo of Skinny Tim. Like 40 pounds ago, Tim. I was like, motherfucker. God damn it. I dress the same. I just look so much better.
Yeah. So anyway, clothes fit better.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I'm going hard on this. I know. I had like a neck. Like a distinct neck. So I'm like, I'm going hard on this meal plan. I'm definitely going to stick to it. I'm going serving sizes, everything. And then I read the first day, and at the end, it has like the evening snack section, and it said a quarter cup of unsalted pumpkin seeds, and I almost killed myself. That sounds like a quarter cup of unsalted pumpkin seeds as my evening snack.
See, this is something dietitians have to equate for, is that I almost have no will to live anymore, if not for the little treats that string me together. It is the promise of a bag of chips and maybe like a slushie or a chocolate milk that keeps me going through the onslaught and and horror that is every waking moment of my life. You know what I
honestly,
mean?
just
like, give me these fucking snacks, all right?
Just say nothing. Just say you're not allowed to have evening snacks, because then I would just be at home all pissed. But if I'm sitting there eating a quarter cup of unsalted pumpkin seeds, I'm just going to cry.
That's what I need. What I need is someone to write me a diet plan, but I need it to be fucking mean. Not to be like, snacks. None. Fatty. You did that enough. Go work out again.
Here's your evening snack. Take off your shirt and stand in front of the mirror and think about what you've done. That's your evening snack. Fucking fat bitch.
As it should be. As it should be. What is the other?
That's the only thing that
works. What are the other meals like on this meal plan? Like, what's it looking like?
They're fine. It's like pasta salad with chickpea pasta and like a chickpea bowl thing. Because I'm like not eating a lot of meat right now, so I just have fish twice a week, and I try to be vegetarian the rest of the time.
Really?
Why? Yeah, because I met a cow, so I can't just like eat. And like, I see pigs on the internet and they're fucking adorable. And then chickens, I don't know, it felt like the right thing to lump them in there. I really don't care about chickens, but it felt weird to eat chickens still. Even though when I picture, like, I can picture a cow and a pig like looking sad, but whenever I picture a chicken, it's just like, just not doing nothing.
Like wide eye, just like, was looking in different directions, but like nothing going on. It's like, I can probably eat that one.
Yeah, I could
constantly
kill that
the
thing
forever
and feel nothing.
surprised. I don't think I can feel anything for that one.
Yeah, well, their life is awesome. No, but I watched that video of like cows being released into the field for the first time since the winter, and they all start like jumping around and dancing, basically. And I'm like, I can't fucking eat that.
See, I see that, and I'm like, yes, tenderize. Yeah, I get that blood flowing around, that muscle. Nom, 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 nom.
Did you ever eat veal?
I feel like I have. I feel like I've had like veal cutlets or something. I just try not
you're
to think
fine.
about how cute it is.
It's fucking horrible. That was the one thing when I was growing up. My dad was like, "Yeah, we don't eat veal. It's so bad." Like veal and there's like a duck thing that's way too expensive for me to eat anyway.
Like foie gras.
Yeah, that's the one where they like
they
force feed it.
Yeah, like wine.
Get in the fucking
or something.
And then their liver explodes or whatever, and then you eat it.
Yeah. But it marinates everything so well in the bag. You're like whipping it around by the neck to get it all in there.
Yeah, you shove it in there.
Coming right up. You got two of them in your hand.
It's like those seafood boils where they just put everything in a plastic bag and then you open it up at the table.
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's a live duck.
They give it to you to spin. People are just in the restaurant. There's like 30 people like, woo!
The duck over your head.
Goal. Everyone gets foie gras. Woo!
Yeah, that's really good. Sorry, I have to get some water. I'm dying. Doug, monologue. You're a comedian.
Oh, guys. What do I monologue with my friends? I'm just going to cut this out. You know what? I'm probably not even going to cut it out. Fuck it. It's a free podcast. You're getting exactly what you paid for. This is 142 episodes of a free podcast. I owe you nothing. I owe you nothing in this dead time. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. We're all AI. We're not real people. It's just AI answering questions, probably. BetterHelp.
All right, so Doug's a lot better written down. You should go see him live.
Yeah, I'm not.
Give him time to process his thoughts.
I'm trying to listen to the improv manual by UCB, but I'm at a very boring part of it, so I haven't listened in a while.
Chapter 1 should be Don't Spiral. That should be Chapter 1 of the improv.
Yeah, I would actually try improv. I think it would be fun. I think it'd be fun to give it a shot.
I must have told you about when I took improv classes, right? Yeah, and the guy told me to be a demon baby in a sketch as like his advice. I was like, oh, no, I'm going to quit improv. That sounds like absolute ass.
But I think that's just like an example of, yeah, you have to yes and in improv, but afterwards, you don't have to yes and. Afterwards is when you discuss and you can just be like, no, that's dumb. You can say, no, that's dumb instead of yes and if someone says
I
something
respect
like that.
teachers too much, Doug. I can't look a
said
teacher
that
in
to
the
you?
face. Yeah, that was the improv teacher who I was
then
paying money to.
That's just a situation of you just had a bad improv teacher. That's like a bad therapist giving you like, well, you should just pray instead of giving you actual fucking advice or something. That's just
probably the worst
quality of the teacher.
Probably the worst therapist advice I ever got was I opened up to her and I was like, I'm worried because I feel like I'm a better person when I drink alcohol. Like I think I'm more sociable. I think I get out of my own way more. I like clean my apartment and I'm capable of expressing myself better after I drink. And my therapist was like, well, you know, it's called self-medication for a reason. And I was like, what? She's like, you know, just don't have too much. Don't have more than like 46 drinks a week. I was like, don't have more than 46. I was like 4 to 6. She's like, no, 46.
Holy shit. So like 6 drinks a day? More than 6 point something drinks a day?
Yeah, basically 7 drinks a day.
Yeah.
It's like, how did you get to that number even? But
that sounds like the numbers an alcoholic said because they're like, well, if I had 49, that's 7 drinks a day. That's insane. But like a couple days, I just have 6, 47. That's fine.
I don't think she does it anymore. I think this is back when I was like in my 20s. I think she's moved on since. But I remember hearing that and I was like, even I know that's fucking wrong. Did my buddies put you up to this? Are you trying to get me out for? Jesus Christ.
So one of them have a beer pong tournament coming up and they want me to, they can't lose me as the ringer.
Yeah, they're like, listen, we need fun, Tim. We're sick of hanging out with sober Tim.
Tim, I had a weird moment this week that I thought was motivational at first and then kind of turned out to be, well, not as motivational, to be honest. I got a message from someone.
Okay.
I got a message from a guy named Ronnie Edwards. And
The
I've worked with
Ronnie
Ronnie Edwards
Edwards
before. Yeah. He's like an older Yucks comic, right? Like,
yeah, I don't know who that
very
is.
funny. I don't remember like talking to him ever. Like, he was pretty good when I saw him, and he seemed like a nice guy. And I read this message, and it says, "Yo, so fucking glad you kept with comedy. I just randomly thought of you and searched you up. Glad I did. Great new special, bro." And I was like, "That's so nice." Like, I've never even talked to
That's
Ronnie
very
Edwards
nice.
before. So I looked up Ronnie Edwards on Facebook, the Ronnie Edwards I remember, and he never accepted my friend request. And so I go to this Ronnie Edwards message and I hit view profile, and it's just a guy from my hometown. Whose name is, he's just some white guy named Ronnie Edwards.
And who gives a fuck about his support?
No,
Fuck you, Ronnie Edwards.
I appreciate his support, but it went from being like, I thought I was getting respect from like a 40-year comedy veteran and a compliment from a black guy. That means more. That means more than a compliment from a white guy from St. Thomas. I'm
way
sorry.
more.
I'm sorry if that makes me racist to say that, but I got tons of compliments from guys from St. Thomas. I live there. All right? No one's very impressive. It's very easy to get compliments from them.
You're focusing too much on the 40 years in comedy and the St. Thomas of it, when in reality you'd rather get a compliment from any black person than any white person.
That's true. It doesn't.
That is 1,000%. That is true for every single white person, even the racist ones.
Yeah.
Even the ones who are like, I hate all of them and they should leave this country. They're still secretly like, but I hope my shoes are cool.
I think that's how that Daryl Dixon guy, not Daryl Dixon, that's the guy from The Walking Dead, but the one guy who converted a lot of KKK members, you know who I'm talking about? Like the old black jazz musician.
Yeah,
I think that's how he did it. He was just nice to them, and they've never had a black friend before, and they're like, this is actually nice. These guys aren't bad. I just listen to these fucking losers because they're the only fucking losers around me to tell me about people, but they're actually fucking cool as hell.
Yeah. But unfortunately, we do not receive compliments from black people.
Not
exclusively
very
the
often.
whites.
Yeah. Just the whites that look like me, too. I'm like, shut up, me. I don't need support from me.
If I believed nice things you said, I wouldn't be in this predicament, me.
Yeah.
I know a fat liar when I see one.
Than us right now.
Yeah. Why would I listen to you? You're clearly a fucking loser just like I am.
But anyways,
fat
Ronnie,
white loser.
I appreciate you reaching out. Other Ronnie, what the hell, man? You never accept my friend request even? What the hell
come on,
that?
dude.
Come on, man. Shit.
Dude,
I thought we were cool.
If there's one thing we all need more of in our life, it's 40 years in Yuck Yucks comics. There's anything that we all could use, especially this holiday season, something to spruce up our day, is a 40-year in Yuck Yucks comic who still lives in Canada. Just the nicest.
I think that's just part of how it goes. You just add someone when you like them. I thought that's how Facebook worked, at least in the comedy world. You know.
Yeah,
I've had a couple people where I had fun with them at a show, and then I add them, and then they don't add me back, and I'm like, wow, that is maybe the meanest thing someone's ever done.
I feel bad. I'm off Facebook completely. I've got I deactivated it, but every once in a while I have to log back into Messenger on my computer, and so I need to reopen my Facebook so I can log into Messenger and then re-deactivate my Facebook. And there's so many friend requests from people who I have met at shows and stuff, and I'm like, what are we doing? Facebook? Get out of here with that. I'm not, no. Yeah. Absolutely not.
I'd much prefer
I'm not
Instagram.
Getting on there.
As a platform, I think Instagram's way more fun. Because I care about what people create more than I care about their words, to be honest, a lot of the time.
I wish we could all just come together.
Chain letters. Facebook's just chain letters now, is what it feels like. It's like I used to get these emails. They sucked. They're dumb. I don't want to look at this. I do like going on to the groups and being mean to old people. That's nice for me.
You really changed on old people.
I don't like them anymore. I don't like them.
You just go online, you're like, music is way better now than it was in the 60s. I was like,
well, it was some St. Thomas group, and this lady was complaining about the postal workers on strike, and was like, get back to work, you bums. And I just commented, I looked at her profile. There wasn't a lot of info, but I was like, yeah, says the probably stay-at-home mom. You get a fucking job. Tell them not to go back to work. And then she's like, I'm actually retired. And then a separate comment was like, fucker. So I laughed at that one. And then I was just like, congrats on buying a house 30 years ago for fucking a nickel and thinking you're a savvy investor and ruining our country. You fucking boomer. But this is good, how I have fun
you
now.
Show her.
I'm mean to old people on Facebook groups of cities I don't live in.
Yeah.
I might just join other God-rich Facebook community and just start stirring the pot. It's fun. Throw some likes around, get people pissed off that their response didn't get anything.
Start a fight, pick sides.
I like it. Really I love when you see an argument and then you can add likes to the side that you like and then see the other side get nothing, because then you see that other side keep commenting and get angrier and angrier. If I could just ruin people's lives one person at a time, one comment at a time. That's what I want.
This might be me compressing time, but did Canada Post go on strike last Christmas too?
I don't remember.
I remember they did. It might be 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
Might even be longer than that. But I do remember them. If they're going on strike, it's at Christmas.
Dude, know your currency. Know what you're doing. Fucking Hamilton Transit went on strike right before the fucking Grey Cup was going to be in Hamilton. Because they knew it'd be a big deal to have fucking transit running when the Grey Cup is going, right?
Yeah.
You just have to know when to do it. Yeah, I think they got what they wanted. But I mean, the postal workers do not get paid enough. And they do have dangerous jobs, all things considered. Their injury rate is way higher. And Canada has this weird streak of being anti-worker right now, or being anti-union of workers, and forcing strikes to end and shit. And it's spooky.
When's that happen?
Force a strike when CNC Railroad tried to strike. I think the government stepped in and was like, no, you can't strike.
Do you need to get government permission to strike? What do they do? Send you to...
I think the
strike
government
was
can
like a
step
fuck
in and
you.
like force the strike to break. It is a fuck
No,
you.
it's
But then
fucking
the government
weird.
forces you back to work. Yeah, it's fucking. I mean, our government sucks right now. We were going to talk about this later, but that fucking. Did you not hear anything about that Donald Trump tariff thing when he's saying that all Canadian and Mexican imports will have a 25% tariff when he comes in office,
Shit.
which would cripple our economy? Like, it's not good for us. But it's also would cripple their economy because tariffs are paid by whoever imports the goods. So it'd be paid by the Americans that are importing the goods, and they would transfer that cost to the people who buy their goods, thus making it more expensive, thus making it worse for everybody who fucking lives there.
Yeah. But, like, it'll hurt our economy because we won't be able to export as much. But, I don't know. Just try to buy as much Canadian shit as you can. That's pretty much all you can do. Just try to buy our own shit.
That would be the plan. That would be nice. Or if we could somehow, like, unattach ourselves economically from the States. But I feel like if Canada tried to do that at all, they would just invade at this point. Donald Trump kind of seems like he just wants to invade Canada. There's a little, like, undertone of, like, I just want to invade Canada.
Yeah, but I think that's his whole thing.
To, like, fix it. We got to make Canada great again. That's what we got to do.
Fuck, I heard something about how he made all his money. Fuck, now I'll look it up for next week. I was watching half watching an Adam Curtis documentary, and then I was like, I should probably whole watch this. This feels important. It was something about how he basically got government like contracts or loans to buy up cheap housing in New York, basically with the promise of kicking out all the poor people.
Yeah, and like a lot of
and
racial
so
minority
he didn't
groups.
have any of his own money on the line when he did that, as long as he promised to just be a piece of shit.
Yeah,
and they were like,
that
okay,
sounds about right.
Something like that. I don't know, but
that guy sucks. All politicians suck, but I mean, the way that Canada responded by like Trudeau flying down to fucking Trump's resort and them taking that weenie photo together at like a table, and I guess I heard stuff on some report that he's just trying to keep him as happy as possible. They're like, yeah, we'll increase security at the border, we'll have helicopters, we'll have blah-de-blah. But I mean, at some point, like, I hate Justin Trudeau, but I'm not blaming him for trying to like work with a tyrant. You know,
yeah,
you have to kind of like be like, all right, buddy, what do you need? You got to treat him like an angry baby, because he's an angry baby, but he's an angry baby who like slams down on the board, but there's a fucking nuke button. So he's like, "Dar, dar, dar," and you're like watching him and you're just hoping like, oh God, don't hit the nuke button.
He's also an angry baby who won the popular vote and like also the Electoral College and like is completely backed by the majority of his country.
Did you hear all the stuff where they talk about because
I haven't
of like,
heard
the economic
anything.
Well, the economic downturn of the whole world, every party that was in office when every country started to suck a bit more struggled when their next election came along, and it all became like a switching to the next party. So like Canada will switch away from liberals. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of who they switch to. Probably conservatives.
It's not a matter. That's
not great.
We act like we're like 3-party or however many party country, but we're not really.
And also, like, it sucks that I did have hope for Jagmeet at times, but I think the fact that he's tied himself to the Trudeau government at all will just be used against the NDP party as much as possible, and they'll lose seats because of that, which sucks. Because all the conservatives have to do in their fucking slam ads that they're already crushing. Their slam ads are insane. They're so good because the country sucks. So it's easy to slam the country. Like when it's Trudeau's voice and it's like echoing and it's like, it's time for a real change. And then it cuts to like Halifax 9 years ago to Halifax now, or like Hamilton 9 years ago to Hamilton now. And it's just like encampments and shit and how bad life is.
Yeah. It seems pretty dark. Well, if there's one thing that's going to fix it, it's whoever the next person is. They're definitely going to do it, and it's going to get way better. Congrats to them. Or they won't do it, and it won't be their fault. It'll be someone else's fault.
It's
and
the last
so we got to give him another. Yeah, and America's fault, and we got to give him another shot. Or maybe we don't, and the next guy will be the one to fix it, and will elect.
It just sucks because
that's me on politics. That's my big take.
Yeah,
the next guy will fix it.
We just truly need like a complete flip of how it works at all, because the system we have in place is very stupid. But no party will ever do that, because if they get elected, then the system works for them. They're not incentivized to change it. But if they all came together and were like, we could work on this so it more accurately represents how Canadians feel about fucking the state of this country. But they'll never do that, because whoever wins is just like, yay, it works.
You know what? This is the theory that I've had for a long time. It's actually what the first joke I ever told on stage was. And I still think I'm right. And I think the next big economic collapse is going to come when we get AI girlfriends. I think that's what's going to completely destroy. Because you were telling me that they're like the languages that they do, you can feed in like a script to read, and it will do like the little stammers and stutters or like flirty giggles.
Yeah.
Or just like the tension breaking
that just
half
make it
laughs.
sound human.
Yeah, to make it sound like a person. And you sent me that, and you were like, "We are so close to AI girlfriends. It's crazy." And I was watching some
of
the like
girls should be scared. They should be scared.
Oh well, they'll just get robot boyfriends with like vibrating dicks. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
So us as a species should be scared. And then
what
if like whatever device was attached to your phone, it collected your seed or their egg or whatever, and then it matched you on like some weird profile based on who is the most genetically compatible in terms of the best.
No, it's the company that runs the AI girlfriend, AI boyfriend. They just like eject the jizz, and it goes like through some tubes, like just into someone's fake boyfriend, and then he jizzes in them, and then the species continues. One of you gets a baby. I don't know which one gets the baby. I guess she would.
Male tubes, like right out of your penis, you jizz into a tube, and then it shoots up a tube up the wall and across the room.
Like the old school mail delivery systems at banks.
Yep, just right up and.
But and also I looked at some of the, after you said that, I looked at some of the humanoid robot stuff that's kicking around out there. I remember a year ago, they started doing like mouth movements that were pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it. It was just like a robot woman's face, and she was speaking words, and the crowd around her was just a bunch of Japanese guys just like staring at her. Just waiting.
They're all like,
oh, we're so close. But honestly, I think that's... Go.
Sorry, I was just going to ask, do you think when they have AI girlfriends like on your phone, do you think there would be like a premium feature where you could pay for like no periods or like other bonuses that could come with an AI girlfriend? Like the app's just not mean to you for 4 days a month, 4 to 7 days a month.
It's like how Spotify... In order to get Spotify to convince you to get Spotify Premium, they don't make Spotify better. They just make Spotify not premium worse by make you have to listen to ads all the time. So it's like, if you're a lady and you have your AI boyfriend, you have to pay a premium to get him to not just sit on the couch playing video games all day. Yeah. And for your AI girlfriend, she doesn't like nag you or get mad at you for sitting on the couch playing video games all day.
Hell yeah. It's a bright future. It's a bright dystopian future.
But I honestly believe that these like massive amounts of technological advancement, like just moving forward, leaps and bounds in every like AI and computer industry and all that shit, all automation, is just mostly lonely guys working sleepless nights trying to make something they can fuck. And when we get AI girlfriends, they're going to be like, no, I'm staying home. I'm good. Fucking finish line, dude. I'm out. I got a nice 401k saved up, It's just be me and my AI girlfriend ordering DoorDash.
Do you think it's going to be one of those things where it has been invented already, but the person who invented it is just having such a good time with it, they're just not leaving their space anymore? Like
I forgot.
Self-sufficient ecosystem.
I was going to tell the world about this. Oh, but I'm pretty sleepy after all that sex I just had.
All that sex and massaging.
Yeah. The robot's like, are you sure you wouldn't
massage so much that you're too tired to
that
fuck?
You forget to save humanity? Have you ever save humanity? Completely mine shaft humanity into the fucking gutter.
Like it's already done to you. It's actually probably for the best. It's for the best that all these people, once they've cracked the code, AI just attaches to them via the wiener and then just sucks them into like the source code, and then they're not around to release it to the public.
Maybe it's the same guy who stopped time machines. It's just like as soon as the guy created the AI girlfriend, a dude came out of a time machine, punched him in the face, took his girlfriend, and went back to the future. Just like, no, you can't have it.
As they should.
Not safe.
As they should.
Yeah, as they should. Because I do think, like, having robotic, like, partners, if they were real enough, I think it would really fuck up literally everything.
Yeah,
because
and I think there'd be a huge problem with emotional cheating with AI on your phones. It would just be nonstop.
Oh, if you had, like, an AI girlfriend and a real girlfriend?
If you had and you could just bitch the AI girlfriend about what a bitch the real girlfriend was, and just
we for sure talked about
this emotional.
Because I talked to you about that movie. Did we talk about this as friends or on the pod?
I don't know.
It's about that movie where the lady, she's like a struggling actress, and she gives her voice. She gives her voice to like an AI model, and then she starts growing distant, like she notices that her and her boyfriend aren't communicating as well and they're growing apart.
Oh, you did talk about that.
And he's just talking to the AI girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't think if you have a real girlfriend, I don't think you get the AI girlfriend. I will say
that's fair, but how do you police something like that?
Well, no, I don't mean like legally or even morally. I just don't think that you do it. I think it's too weird.
But I'm saying that people would do that. People do that thinking it's not weird, but it would end up being weird.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that they wouldn't because it's too weird.
I don't know, dude. I think people are big sad right now. If
they are,
AI girlfriends dropped in the wintertime, are you kidding me?
I think think it would be like if you and your girlfriend, it would be if you were recently broken up when AI girlfriend boyfriend dropped. Yeah. Your AI girlfriend boyfriend forever. I don't think you ever go back. But I think if you're happy relationship when AI girlfriend boyfriend drops, I don't think you ever do it.
I think it's like Tinder. It's like the new Tinder.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's going to be one of those things where
partake.
15 years from now, everyone's going to be like, "No, I'm off it. No, it's so unhealthy. It was really bad for my mental health. I don't like it at all. It's just fuck boys.
As it is.
It's just AI fuck boys."
But there'll be a word for like just emotional connection, you know?
Yeah.
It'll like just be like talk boys or something. It'll be like something like that. Because it'll be like the thing people are craving.
I think that's already a thing in Korea.
Again, you know?
I think in Korea they already have those. Oh yeah, about that neighborhood. We might have talked about this, but about that neighborhood where it's just restaurants where lonely women go, and then a handsome. Have we not talked about this? There's like a neighborhood.
No.
God, I want to say it's in Korea, where lonely women go, and they go to restaurants and they just have like a hot young male companion for the night who acts like he's your boyfriend and he's super into you. There's no sex or anything, but it's just like compliments and like an intimacy, and
it's
then
like
you pay them.
Cougar Town.
Is that what's Cougar Town?
Well, just like the name.
The
like
Courtney Cox show?
Yeah, but it's like a town of cougars where it's like a bunch of restaurants where they
Is that what that show's about?
No, I'm just saying that's what this.
What are you talking about,
Tim? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Boyfriends for Hire in Korea.
Yeah, I'm saying
I don't know what you're talking about.
Called Cougar Town because they're all old ladies who don't have anybody. We're looking for a young man. Tim.
All right, but they don't actually fuck, and you don't get to see him again.
Are you going to Vietnam or Korea? I can't remember.
I'm going to Vietnam.
Okay.
Going to the shit. But we're going anyway. It's but they were interviewing these ladies, and there were women who were walking around this neighborhood full of these like boy cafes, and there were women like screaming and like trying to like tear at the walls of these places because they've just given all of their money to these boys, and now that they don't have any money, the boys stop paying attention to them.
I love it.
So they know how it feels. Am I right, fellas?
I love that.
Hey.
I want
high fiving all the boys.
I want a Korean version of what the fuck is that movie called with Jennifer Lopez and she's like a
Cougar
mean
Town?
stripper that's is
it Cougar Town?
No, it's not Cougar Town. She steals people's money and she's a stripper.
Ooh, buddy, sounds like they got a real Cougar Town going on over there.
Oh my God. You know what, Tim?
Man.
I wish I could drop you off into the middle of a town full of actual cougars the cat and they could take care of you once and for all.
What would they call it? What would they call a town like that?
I don't know.
They call it Cougar Town?
Pussyville, because you're in there? Fucking boom.
Fuck you, dude. Man.
I don't know.
I feel like I'm seeing you at a comedy show, and you're ruining my life.
Seeing you in a fucking PUBG match. I'm just being mean for no reason.
You are so mean. You're a very difficult person to be bad at stuff around, I will say.
Well, here's the thing. I think because it inspired me early on to really try and get better at the game, I think part of me thinks it's going to be like, because there was one time where I was the last alive in a game, and I was just looking down my sight. I was looking at a guy for so long, and then one of Nick's friends was just like, are you waiting for him to die of old age? And I was like, no. And I tried to shoot, and I missed. And
nice.
So I think comments like that can be encouraging. It's like if you watch The Last Dance with Michael Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan. Hi, hello, I'm Michael Jordan. Where he'll like bully his teammates a little bit to try and make them better, you know?
Yeah, but he was notorious. Everyone hated him. They weren't like buddies.
Yeah, but they got championships, Tim.
I did want to give you... I had a realization the other day when I was talking to Micah's rich cousins in New York, and they were telling me about their problems. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about your rich person problems. They it reminded me of how, like, for the past month, you've been a really good friend the past month. Because all of our conversations have been me going, I don't know, I just don't really feel fulfilled creatively, and I don't know how I want to spend my time. And you would actually talk to me about like how I'm feeling, as opposed to just going, I have a gangrenous tooth in my face, and I'm slowly getting addicted to drugs because of it.
Yeah, it's like,
Shut the fuck up. Thank you for letting me have my dumb bullshit problems.
But I think it's important when you're at different points of like motivation to help out other people. And also like all the podcasts I listen to about all these screenwriters, it always boils down to like, oh yeah, me and this one other guy, we would like work tirelessly on our manuals of how to do screenwriting. Like that was a big part of that.
Am I the
Robert
other guy?
wrote at.
Are you relying on me to be the other guy?
Yeah.
No, fuck.
To pick up the pace.
Ah, God damn it.
I'm
All right.
Phil Lorden over here, and I'm waiting for you to Christopher Miller your ass into work mode, but
all right, step one is learn who the fuck those guys are.
I'll send you the video again. You didn't watch it, probably.
Good. Oh, yeah, I watched a little. I really like Paul Schrader has some great stuff about how you take a problem in your life and you find a metaphor for that problem, and then you push the metaphor through the problem, and that's how you get a movie. Just
what does that
like
mean?
that. It's like fisting.
What do you mean?
I don't know. He has it better. It's like something about like the loneliness, and then what's a metaphor for loneliness? Oh, it's a taxi driver. and then you push the taxi driver through the loneliness, and you get the movie Taxi Driver. Somewhere in there. But he has like a really bad, I think he just did too much coke. So he has like a really bad like lisp, but it sounds like an unnatural lisp.
Yeah,
that's kind of one of these kind of things. Yeah, he's got some weird noises going on. Makes it
well, he talks sometimes.
It makes it tough to listen to a little bit. So I really like what he says, but I have such a hard time hearing him say it.
Do you know what would be a good way for you to listen to him then? You should listen to the Hollywood Reporter's writers' roundtables that he's on. Because you don't have to hear him the whole time. You get to hear other writers. But you get to hear his feedback, and you get to hear his feedback about other writers' feedback, which I think is really important, because a lot of times you listen to podcasts, and it's just like one writer saying what they do to another person, and the person's like, oh my God, it's amazing. This is the way to do it. But if you have a bunch of them together, you can kind of have one say like, well, this is how I think you tackle this. And then other one's like, I've never done it that way. Like Paul Schrader's never fucking outlined anything. So he thinks like outlining things is stupid. And it's like, no, dummy, we don't all just have this fucking inherent gift. And some of us have to work a little bit harder on the back end first.
Yeah. Plus, a lot of Paul Schrader's movies are based around a guy journaling. So, you know, he has a unique gift for making a guy journaling interesting. But the rest of us, probably not as much. All right, Doug, we got 15 minutes left. Go.
Well, I was thinking, this is weird to get into, but that's not weird, but I really like my girlfriend's cats. I really like Serena's cats a lot. They're amazing.
I like my girlfriend's cats.
Yeah, people will see people like us with cats and be like, oh my God, you would love kids. But I don't really see the comparison, because like the main difference for me is that like I like cats, and anytime I've misstepped with a cat and a cat has like bitten me or got angry at me, I can logically see what happened to make the cat be mean to me. But like I've had kids be mean to me where I didn't do anything to deserve this, even a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I remember once I was at this wedding, and I was playing tag with the little kids after the wedding. I was an adult man. I was drunk, and there was these children, and they were running up to me, and they were just like saying nothing to make me mad, and I would just pretend I was getting mad. They'd be like, chicken nugget, and I'd be like, ah! And I would chase after them.
Very
They'd
fun.
be all happy. And then one time, there's these two twins. They're like 6. One of the twins comes up to me, and he's just like, you aren't nothing, and you'll never be anything. And then walks away, and I was like, I'm not playing with that one anymore. I'm not chasing that one anymore.
That one's not fun.
He's evil. That's the evil twin.
What did the other twin do? Because he's like, yeah, I'm sorry about him. He gets like that sometimes.
I think the other twin like went offline for a moment when that guy did that. Like his eyes rolled back in his head or something, or just the evil one took over for a moment. I don't remember.
He's the one who feels the future. The other one's the one who says the future. They're very distinct twins.
Yeah.
Kids can just be mean for no reason. I remember I was with Micah. We were around some familial children, and the little girl just walks up to Micah and it's just like, move! And just smacked her in the back of the leg.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck was that? And you can't... Here's the real problem with children compared to cats, is that there are like 4 things you can do to psychologically fuck up a cat. As long as you don't like blow weed in its face or try to harm it on purpose. 2 other ones. Then you're fine. But with kids, there's a million things you can do. So when a kid does something to you, you just got to look down at it and be like, I want to retaliate, but I don't want this to become like a real problem for you. Yeah. So I need to protect you from me. Because if you look down and you're like, you're already nothing. Like if you just like really fuck that kid up.
Want you.
Yeah. Whatever. Your parents didn't even tell you you're adopted, so you are the afterbirth. Start talking to him like Daniel Day-Lewis.
I remember like walking by this
the
little
chosen
kid.
Son.
I was just going to the library in St. Thomas one day, and it was like, I don't know, I was like 14, 15, And I saw this like little kid on his front lawn. I'm just like, hello. And the little kid just looked up at me. I was just like, go fuck yourself.
The fuck?
Like 8. He was 8, and he said that to me. And I was like, we gotta fucking bring bullying back, dude. We gotta hit
Should
this
just knocked
kid or
on
something.
Should just knocked on the parents' door. Like, hey,
Your kid
son
sucks.
just told me to go fuck myself. Hit him. I want to watch you hit him.
Yeah.
Hit him with
I know
something
you
he
do.
likes.
But I want to
Yeah.
be here for it. I want
What's
him
his
to see
favorite
me
toy?
see it.
Give me his favorite toy and make him watch what I do to it.
Do you have any stories I could just yell at him that would hurt him?
Yeah.
You could tell me real quick.
Can you let me know, like, when's the last time he wet his pants? I want to go tell everybody. Honestly, you should just do that anyway. Because, like, if there's a little kid that you kind of know who is mean to you, just tell everyone he wet his pants.
I might do that. Whatever they say, be like, no, I can't help you with going to the bathroom right now because you tinkled your pants.
Yeah.
Those are your words.
Do you want me to go get your parents, let them know that you wet your pants? Kid's like,
Yeah. You hold all
no.
the power in that moment. Yeah.
Oh, little pee-pee Patrick out here, huh? Everyone told me about you, how you wet your pants all the time.
Serena's been playing this Microsoft Flight Simulator on Game Pass, and she put her flight name as like poo poo. And
a good one.
so there's like just constant the text talking over the airways, just being like poo poo flight 420 coming in. Yeah,
That's a good one. Do you think that makes you actually at all better at flying a plane?
I don't know. She's crashed a lot, so I think there is like things you
That's a
really do have
problem.
to pay attention to.
Is there an
For sure.
emotional weight to a crash in that game?
No, because
Like,
it doesn't even explode or anything. Nothing cool.
Do you have to
happens.
like go to the victims' houses and like tell
No,
their
they shouldn't make
family
you.
that? Yeah,
There should
At
be a
least one.
punishment in the like how Bully had that thing where you had to mow the lawn if you got detention. I just started playing Bully again, so it's gonna be where I
Nice.
compare things to. But
yeah. No, you
Yeah.
have to go to a hearing, like in the movie. Fucking what's that
Flight?
one?
with Denzel Washington.
No, the Sully.
Oh yeah, okay.
The Flight was, I think, started out as a Sully movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just put in alcoholism. They're like, what if he was
drugs.
fucking hammered? Who
That
wrote
movie's
Flight?
insane.
That was Zemeckis, right?
Zemeckis, yeah. The crash at the start of Flight is fucking crazy. I remember seeing Flight in theaters, I think, with my cousin Jesse. And I remember us both being fucking blown away by that crash. Craziest like start to a movie, so intense. You
That's from the guy who made Coach Carter and Real Steel and Kong Skull Island. And he was an actor in Norbit. So,
Is it Eddie Murphy? It's the only actor
Yeah.
I can think from that movie.
yeah, wasn't he all of the parts?
I think he did craft services too. Like I just don't think he wanted anybody to get a paycheck while he was in a movie.
God, that movie was bad.
I never watched it. Tim, you
It
got
was so
anything to
bad.
promote? You got anything happening this week? Buddy boy.
I don't. Not that it needs promotion because it always fucking sells out. But I'm doing Levity Amateur Night on the 11th with old Big Dick Kev Sheeler.
Oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm off that day. I'll come hang.
That's great. That's exactly what you said, word for word, in the group chat. So I appreciate you putting that on tape here for
No,
everyone.
I have to.
Yeah,
I
you have to.
If Kev listens to this, he won't, but I
Nope.
will. Well, if you're in Hamilton, everybody. You
Oh
should
yeah,
come see
Doug. What
me
do you
this-
have?
This
What do
Thursday,
you have,
I'm at-
Doug?
Shut the fuck up, Tim. So this Thursday, I'm at Farside for Cosmic Soup. It's at 10 p.m. It's, I don't know, some dollars. I don't fucking know. And there's like comedy, there's music. There'll be like some sketch. It's like a fun show. It's a hipster bar. It's a cool place. And Black Zeus just released some interviews that we did outside of a Don't Tell show in London. So go on his YouTube channel. They're really funny. It's a pretty funny interview.
Nice.
So check that out. And we're on
And,
YouTube. Please subscribe. Dear God, comment. Let us know you exist. Let us know we're
And
not
just-
screaming into the abyss. Huh?
Everyone remember
Huh?
that you're nothing and you'll never be nothing.
Yeah.
And that's a message from us.
To take
here
away
at
from
Best
this
Worst Friends.
podcast, it's that I want to let you know that you are nothing and you will never be anything.
Yep.
Guys, have a great week. We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.